Zion Staples, a 10-year-old boy found dead and stuffed in a trash can inside of his mother's Illinois garage, died from a gunshot wound, a county coroner has confirmed. The boy's mother, her name Susie Staples, 37 years of age, has been arrested. She's in detention on a $500,000 bond. She's been charged with multiple felony counts, including obstructing justice, failure to report the death of a child under the age of 13, and concealment of death. You will notice that the mother nor anybody else has yet to be charged with murder. So the mother has been charged with failure to report the death and concealment of death. Her son, 10-year-old Zion Staples, found stuffed in a trash can, kept in a corner of her garage in Illinois. The mother, I have to say, in my opinion, is fully knowledgeable that her son was killed, or certainly died, from a gunshot wound, and then housed in a trash can in her garage. She needs to be locked away for those reasons alone. The investigation, of course, is still undergoing, and we do hope that the police are able to get more information to be confident to make charges against the correct party. So my guess would be that the mother is guilty not only of the charges laid against her so far, but also of murdering her own son, Zion Staples, 10 years of age. But that is a guess. We don't know that for sure. It's possible that somebody else had shot and killed her son, and she was a party to the concealment of his death. So not necessarily guilty of the actual shooting. That's possible. It's even possible, I hate to mention this, but it's possible that the gunshot wound was self-inflicted, perhaps accidental, perhaps purposeful. We don't know at this point. But what we do know is that it has been confirmed from the county coroner that Zion Staples, 10 years of age, from Illinois, did die from a gunshot wound. Further tests have been made. There's a toxicology report which has been worked on, hasn't been released. That takes some time to come to completion. So certainly more developments will come out, and we do hope that the investigation continues unimpeded and that charges are laid against the guilty party in regards to the death of Zion Staples. Again, at this point, the mother's been arrested. She's been charged with multiple felony counts, notably failure to report the death of a child and concealment of death, but she hasn't been charged with murder at this point. How did police find the body? Well, this happened because a neighbor called the police to make a welfare check. Police attended the property and they made the grim discovery. Again, Zion's body stuffed in a garbage can, a trash can, kept in a corner of the garage. It's believed that he was there for at least 8 months. His body was found in July 2023. It's believed that he was shot and killed December 2022. Shortly after the discovery, the mother, again her name Susie Staples, was arrested. And what was her immediate reaction? Her immediate reaction was to claim that she didn't even have a son. Oh, that's not my son. When investigators pointed to the birth certificate, which clearly proves that she's the mother, oh no, that birth certificate's a fake. So isn't that quite a bizarre response to make? The mother denies that she is the mother of Zion Staples. I say bizarre because it's just so bizarre and so easily disprovable. So why did she claim that? Is that indicative of mental health issues? Or is it just a ruse? Is she trying to make out that she has mental health issues? Again, we don't know the full details at this point, so we do hope that the investigation continues and makes further progress such that the guilty parties do face justice. For that to happen, charges in regards to Zion's death are going to need to be laid against somebody. We can presume that the chances are that the mother is guilty of having killed her son. We don't know that to be the case. It's possible that somebody else shot and killed Zion Staples. I'm going to mention this. You may not like it, but there were other children, I believe up to the age of 20, well, other children and young adults that also lived in the home. Is it possible that one of the other children had shot and killed Zion Staples? I guess that is possible. We don't know. We do know that the investigation is continuing, and I believe I'm right in saying that the other children have been removed from the home. They are in care, and frankly, that's not such a bad thing. So I will comment that it's been said that the neighbor that made the call for the police to do a welfare check on the home had actually made contact with the police on several occasions. The neighbor had previously reported that they believed to have witnessed one of the children in the home to have been tied, bounded. Police investigated at that point. That could have been months ago, perhaps more than a year ago. Police investigated but declared that no such incident occurred. No action was taken against the mother nor anybody else. But thankfully, the neighbor continued to keep an eye on that family home and continued to make multiple requests for welfare checks. And it really was that neighbor's intervention that led to the discovery of Zion's body. So we have to applaud that neighbor for their persistence in contacting the police. And I would say that there's perhaps cause, not necessarily, but perhaps cause to investigate the police's actions, their previous responses to the welfare check requests. If it is found that Zion, or perhaps even the other children, faced ongoing abuse of various kinds at the hands of the mother, Susie Staples, or anybody else, which I would say seems to perhaps be likely at this point, then perhaps it's fair to say or suggest that the police could have identified that earlier and could have taken action earlier. If action was taken earlier, perhaps that would have saved the life of Zion Staples. That's really all the information that we have. So again, the mother has been charged on multiple felony accounts, but not in regards to the murder or even the shooting of her son at this point. No one else has been charged directly in relation to the death of Zion Staples, but the mother's been held on a $500,000 bond. That indicates to me that the investigators do suspect her of being heavily involved in regards to the death of her 10-year-old son. Even if she wasn't the shooter, even if the death was accidental, she certainly seems to me to be guilty of having purposefully concealed her son's death, and having done so in such a horrific way, having stuffed his body in a trash can, left it to, pardon me, rot, left it to literally decompose for more than 8 months. That is disgusting. So even if she's not guilty of having killed her son, she needs to be locked up for a very, very long time. I'm going to wrap things up at this point. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and take care.